going to need an extra second here to get my bearings about me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Looks like the pod track is moving up and down. Streamlabs moving side to side. I can't tell if I'm centered or not. This goofy thing, I tell you. Let me just check the Ozbot, the command center for the Ozbot. Are we good there? Ozbot command center. Checking him out. Bump, 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 bump. Nah, get a little bit this way. A little bit like that. Okay, that's good enough. Now, look, before we begin, I know we sent out smoke signals. We put up a few little teasers about tonight, so I don't want to just jump right into that. Calm your tits, everyone. Calm your tits. It's important that you just take things in stride. So what we're going to do before we kick this pig is what we traditionally do. Got to have our drink, got to get going here. And that means we got to start off with the Sun Valley Fox's $1.2 million view. You guys need to start this way every day. Every evening, every day after work, something's got to. One part of your day must include the sun setting over the south rim of South Lake Tahoe. It has to have some Pendleton in a glass. He's got his BOTGN glass. I bet he's got his, but I bet you don't got yours. Well, whatever plastic solo cup in the trailer park you're used to should be just fine. Grab a drink. I'll drink with you. I'm drinking refrigerated Hawaiian water tonight. Got to keep sober for the evening. I got some things to attend to, but it is time for you to put the cat out, let the dog in, dim the lights, pull the drapes, settle back into your favorite chair with your adult beverage of choice, and let's begin. Tits up, circle the wagons, because here we go. Oh, and did you hear the echo? Did you hear the no voice? The typical place where Gen X mom chimes in on what's going on in the sheets? You didn't hear that, did you? Because this is like day 5 of her absence. Now, I would love to tell you that I got tired of her and divorced her. No. That I buried her in the backyard. Again, no. Did she run away with another man? I don't think so. Not likely, no. She was abducted by aliens. Do I pray for her safe return? Well, of course I do. Yes, that's what we all want. Timing would be critical for me. I mean, if she gets abducted by aliens and they're going to bring her back, one, I hope she's in a better mood than when she left. That's one. Number 2, I'd really like her to be back before Wednesday so she can be off the record. I mean, what a great story for off the record, a ghost story, alien abduction. We'll have one right here. She could do it live. She could do the whole thing. We could just have her call in from the other room and tell her entire story. That's called hands-on information. That's good journalism is what that is. That is really good journalism. So if that happens and the aliens decide to bring her back, I'm not moving in case the mothership needs to find out where we are. We're keeping it the Loop Studios in Minden, Nevada. We're here right now, sticking it out. So did you drink your drink? Are we good to go? Circling the wagons? It's time to begin. Now listen, you know that we got to go through the normal stuff of the paying the bills before we get going. We got one. I think there's 2 tickets left for the end of the month. 2 tickets. Some of you are in driving distance. Some of you are here in town, just outside of the Reno area, Mayhem and Minden. Not only is this the Gen X Talk Summer Barbecue, which you all know and you love, and if you can't attend, you guys really love hearing the stories and seeing the pictures afterwards. All right. But most importantly, a new event inside of the Gen X Talks Barbecue is going to be the cook-off between Little Miss Hot and Nerdy, Christine Matlock, married to Ben Matlock. There you go, never lost a case. And we are importing Chef John, who hasn't even picked up a grill, a tong, a spatula, a knife in all this time. No preparation, no practice. He's winging it. Why? He's a trained professional. He knows he's going to win. He knows this is going to... We got this covered, man. The only thing is I think we have an even number of judges. Even number of judges. That's going to make things tough. I guess I'll have to keep sampling and break the tie. Well, give, never take. That's what I always say. All right, looking over between the sheets, seems like everybody's up and going. Seems like everybody can hear me today without too many complaints. I haven't seen that at the top yet. So, abducted by aliens, says John Morgan, $2. Is she in Mexico? No. Different aliens, my man. Different aliens. All right. So, cover some stuff here that's on my mind before we talk about what's on your mind. This is bothering me. Now, we've all heard little glimpses of the story. Billy Joel canceled some concert dates. pulled out of some events he had to do. And I was thinking, okay, is this solvable? Is he going to come back? Because I'd really like to see him once live. And if he's going to do some special events like a final tour of maybe even 10 cities, all right, maybe I would sell pictures of Gen X Mom's feet to get the money to get the tickets. And the jar's right there, Disney kid. The jar is present. If you can't see the jar, my man, that's on you. We're looking at Billy Joel right now. You want me to shrink Billy Joel just so Disney Kid can see the jar? How disrespectful. But hey, you guys on YouTube are a bunch of weirdos anyway. I'm hanging out over in Facebook Blue tonight. And then this story came out. Billy Joel auctioning off motorcycle collection. First of all, you don't do that unless you think you're at the end of your life and you're not coming back. That's one. What else does it say? Due to his medical issues, the 20th Century Cycles plans to close. He's closing his shop in Long Island. Not renewing the lease. I had to dig a little further, and I can't pronounce the thing that he's got. It's a pressure, some sort of pressure in Billy's head, and it's made worse, guess what, by concerts. Yeah, that bothered me a ton. I mean, it is so foreign to me to see actors and artists and people that I grew up with dying, leaving, being gone. It's just killing me with this stuff. I know we've talked about this before, but I hate that things aren't where I left them. I know that's dumb, but things aren't where I left it when I say, well, when someone appears all of a sudden. I saw Sharon Stone in an interview yesterday. She's old. She doesn't look like she did back in the movies. And, of course, movies were 30, 40 years ago. Of course she's going to be old. But in my mind, it's like, whoa, what happened? Everything's changing. Why are people? I'm changing. Why wouldn't I expect them to change? Because I'm a dumb mechanic in the middle of the desert with this brain the size of a peanut. And then when people get old and pass away, it bothers me in a way that it shouldn't, but it does. Billy Joel is going to get to that point, and his music still sounds the same. His music doesn't sound like an old guy singing it. It sounds the same. I don't know. We've talked about this as these things come up. This one came up. This one bothers me. It's a thing. But when the man's selling off his motorcycles, yeah, there's an issue there. This one also popped up on my screen. I had to take a look at. Now, I know you guys don't like electric vehicles. I got you. I don't care for them one way or the other. I was against electric vehicles because it was a big push. Everyone's got to drive electric vehicles. And if you're driving, even if you're pushing a gas-powered lawnmower, you're an asshole who hates America. You hate the world and you hate people. Well, it's not true. I mean, maybe I do hate all people, but I don't know. It had nothing to do with electric vehicles. And this is a Corvette. It's a concept car, but it runs. They showed it. 2,000 horsepower, electric motor on each wheel. Pretty impressive. I hated electric vehicles because I didn't want you to tell me I had to have one. I didn't want you to tell me they're taking over the world. I hated that whole aspect. So there was obviously, for people like me, there's a big pushback. Right off the bat, here's an electric vehicle and everyone switch 1, 2, 3, go. No, I don't want to. I don't prefer that. Are they fast? Yeah. Are they quick? Yep. Are they quicker and faster than gas engines? Duh. That's how they're built. Yes, they're going to be faster. But I don't want one. I certainly don't want you forcing me to have one. The thing that I found odd about this was I looked at that and I go, okay, this is a Corvette GM product. We're all fans of General Motors. We're all fans of this type of stuff here. I get you, but what I didn't like or seemed odd to me was the coloring. Doesn't that coloring look familiar? Haven't I been drinking Jack Daniel's McLaren? Isn't that the way that looks to you guys too? Doesn't it look a little bit like Jack Daniel's McLaren? I'm just saying, to me it looks a little bit like, I'm looking at the picture right now, I'm going, those colors look mighty darn close, but who am I? Got to make a small adjustment here for me. Right. There we go. Yeah, it was kind of weird. It's like, all right, so if you guys are going to color it, I'm just asking. I'm just a dumb mechanic. And they're like, no, it's not the same color. It's not the same color. There's the car. But even the striping looked like it. Even the lettering is like, God, it's damn close. And so I just put them side by side so you can be the judge. Oh, look, Disney kid, I'm not carving the jar. Are we happy? Good, buddy. With that, it was like, no, you guys are just getting in over your skis here without telling me. But again, what do I know? Dumb mechanic in the middle of the desert, brain the size of a peanut. What do we got here? Ready to rumble, ready to rumble. Title spelled wrong in Rumble anyways. Yeah, that should have been erased a long time ago. Dragon Slayer Jade, we'll fix that afterwards. Rumble, Dr. Shadowlight is impending mortality. It gets us all. Yeah, Dr. Shadowlight is correct over there on Rumble, but I don't like how impending mortality bothers me along the way. That part I could do without. Also, touching on some stuff here. Someone brought up the topic the other day. One of you guys did about Elon Musk and why did he choose robotics? Why does he have a tunneling company, that boring company? What's that all about? I mean, not the topic that you'd like picks. Like we don't, that's a cool thing, but we don't have to have that. That's not a necessity. We can bore a subway. Okay. We can bore passageways under Las Vegas. Okay. But that's not like, and then someone put it all together. I think one of you guys did. Elon Musk says he wants to die on Mars. Just not on impact is what he says. I want to die on Mars, but not on impact. I want to live there. And what would you need to do on Mars to get a colony started? Well, can't live on the surface very easily, but you could bore some things underground and clear out some stuff. Hey, he's got a boring company. Well, that'll work. Gonna need robots to do all the work up there and get things set. Oh, yeah, he makes robots, doesn't he? Going to drive around with electric vehicles and electric cars and electric excavators and bulldozers because nothing gas-powered is going to work. No petroleum products are going to work up there on Mars. Oh, well, thank God he's got an electric vehicle company. He's building trucks and cars. He also has a solar company. He doesn't even care too much about solar, but he's perfecting it so he can put 500 miles of solar panels up there. The robots can assemble the solar. Now we got power. They can drive the cars. The cars can drive themselves. They can dig tunnels and excavate big areas. They can put lights inside there. They can put habitats in there. They can send preformed buildings up there that the robots screw together. And they can send tanks of oxygen up there. Or they could probably make oxygen if they can get some water. Ice. I saw Total Recall. I know it's in the center of Mars. Think about everything he's doing down here. Maybe the whole time his goal was to all the things he needs to go up there. Okay, I mean, he's probably drunk one night or stoned and said, if I get to Mars, I'm going to need a colony underground. And he just writes down everything he's going to need. He starts building it here. Profitable companies here just for the goal of getting up there. Not saying it's impossible to them, extrapolating there, but there's some ins and outs. There's some wherefores and what have yous. It just seems funny that almost everything, and plus the rockets to get there. You're going to need rocket ships to drag everything up there. All right, well, I'll build a rocket company. I mean, everything that he does, all of his big companies, 100% fit that model of let's go to Mars and build a colony under the surface. Yeah, just saying. Gen X dude having Gen X thoughts. Star Roberts, electric cars will become useless if there is an EMP. Well, I don't know who's going to shoot us up on Mars. Shasta Williams over on YouTube. Is that a pair of handcuffs in the tip jar? No. Shasta Williams, you dirty, dirty, dirty girl. No, it's not a pair of handcuffs in the jar. Ace Jumpman sent 5 Gen X Talks memberships to kick the evening off with giving away some free stuff to you guys. Thank you for doing that. Ace Jumpman, been around a long time, got his big blue 2, working on his big green 3. I'm not done yet. I had stuff to say here. This one I had to click on, man. You guys know when these articles come across Google, it's like, no, dumb, no, bullshit. Ooh, back up. What was that? Hold on a second. This one grabbed my attention. Medieval knight Lancelot and his stunning stone tomb found under an ice cream shop in Poland. Okay, wait. I almost got sidetracked by the ice cream shop part. Could just erase that, get that out of your head. No ice cream, no ice cream, no ice cream. Okay. They didn't absolutely 100% say this was Lancelot. It almost like they thought they looked the drawings on the cover. This thing they said was made out of soft stone, and it should have just been everything that's been from the last 500 years that people were trying to preserve forever with tombs or statues or where they all carved it in this and it all deteriorated. It was shit. They shouldn't have used it, but it was easy to work with. Got you. And yet this one's perfectly preserved because it was, I guess it was under mud or something. And it was probably just because it was under an ice cream shop. Everything's preserved under an ice cream shop. And you know that's true. I think now they should go around Poland tearing up all the ice cream shops and seeing what's under them, just to be sure, just to play it safe. So the Lancelot thing got me because they kept harping on this Lancelot. All right, what if this is Lancelot? What if this is the Lancelot? Does that mean there was a Camelot? Was there a King Arthur? Hold on, you can go pretty far with this, too. Ace Jumpman, $5 says shoeless. Shoeless must have said something important, and Ace wanted us to know, but my moderators didn't write it down, so I don't know what Shoeless said. But if they're sure this is Lancelot, then you're telling me there was a King Arthur. You're telling me there was a Camelot. I'm excited about this, but then again, what was Lancelot doing over in Poland? I thought Camelot was an English thing, tradition. I don't want to say fairy tale. We're past that. We've got bones under an ice cream shop. We're past the fairy tale version. We're now into solid recorded history. Don't ever let that change. We're here. I want to know where the rest of this is. Was he 700 miles away because he's running from something? Is Camelot really back there? Is there a note in his hand saying, Maid Marian, she's with me? Dig deeper? I'm at a loss right now, but because the article didn't go that deep. It had a bunch in it, but it all just kind of talked about this stuff and dates and times. And I'm like, well, you don't call something Lancelot if you're not going to give me the rest of the story. That's what you got. Who else wouldn't think you write Lancelot? There's a bunch of dudes like me going to put up their hand and go, whoa, Camelot? Logical, I would say. Diablo Escamila, Facebook Blue. Hello, handsome general. Hello, Diablito. Spot and Stock. Hello from the shadows. Spot and Stock again. Thanks, YouTube. You guys putting it out there for him. Still have no idea what Ace Jumpman's $5 was about with Shoeless, but, that's mystery. The staff is running around trying to solve that issue right now. But it's on YouTube. And you probably got Disney Kid and Mary Mathis over there on YouTube. Do either one of them know what they're doing? No, they're still in the training program, so don't expect a lot. But if you guys figure out this Lancelot thing, if there's more to it, I'm in, man. I want to know. You name him Bob. This is Medieval Knight Bob. Guess what? All right, that's cool, but I have no further expectations from Bob. I do have expectations from Lancelot. There's a story to tell, my man. Make sure you dig up that guy's wallet, start going through his papers and his visa, see where he's been. I'd like to know. Just saying. All right. Shiloh, so where's Excalibur? They can't leave us hanging. Yeah, Excalibur. What if Excalibur's there? Mary Mouth still has no blue wrench, sir. Well, I gave it to her tonight. Can't help you about that. I did the blue wrench. I could probably figure that out for her if she was in the chat. If Mary Math was in the chat, I could probably knight her right now. Watch. Let me see if I can knight Mary Mathis. Where's her name? Mary Mathis. Mary Mathis. Don't see no Mary Mathis. Come on, man. No Mary Mathis. I can't knight you. I think I can knight you if I actually see your name in there. Oh, there it is. Let's make you a add as moderator. Standard moderator is just fine. All right. I just knighted Mary Mathis for those of you in YouTube. The next time you see her name, it should have a blue wrench next to it. Can I get back to my program now? Golly gee willikers. Thank you very much. Okay. Was there anything else I want to tell you? The barbecue, the Corvette, Lancelot, type of display, there's a few things. You guys have always asked, and I avoided one of these. I had a bunch of papers to show you. Pull them back for another time, because there is a story. There is a peak named after my family in the Los Angeles, Southern California area, and the cool deal apart that is that Wild Bill's got a huge story on how that came to be. Wild Bill got a huge story on how our name got up to be part of that peak. And so I could tell you that, but then there's all these charts and graphs and other things and maps that go with it. And I thought, we're going to take up the whole show doing this, and I can't do that. So I'm saving that. So you got to remind me. I do have all that ready to go. But there is, my family and Gen X Mom's family did participate in a lot of local history. This is when this is an actual picture from the Coliseum in Los Angeles Coliseum in 1984 at the Olympic Games, and Gen X Mom was there. And I said, it'd be really cool is if you could kind of point out where you were sitting, and I could put a little arrow and say, hey, she's in this picture, but right there. And I know Gen X Mom's sick. I know her brain's not working very well right now. But she studies the picture, and she's looking, and she goes, I think let's see if I can, we came in here, we went around right about, and I could see where, and I said, can you just tell me about where you were? Do you remember what side of the field were you on? She looks at it for about 10 or 11 minutes. She goes, you know what? The reason you can't ever see me is I think I'm right about where the guy took the picture from. I was like, fuck, you couldn't tell me that within like 3 seconds of looking at it. You couldn't have said, oh, that's the exact view I had when I was at the Olympics. You can't ever see me because I'm right about where the guy... Couldn't have said that? We took 11 minutes to figure out that we're not anywhere in the picture? That we're behind the camera guy? Her dad probably yelled to the dude, sit down, I can't see, because you got to take the picture. And here we are. It's moments like this when I'm reminded of one of the greatest philosophers of the 20th century. Iceman from Bodfish, who looked at me across a crowded bar one evening and said the immortal words, chicks, man, chicks. Never truer words were spoken. And they needed to be spoken at that moment because good goddamn. Also, there's some other stuff. Speaking of family-related history, remember setting my stuff with the peak and the story about the bank robbers and stuff. We'll set that aside. Going for my wife's side, her older brother, Gen X Mom has an older brother. You guys know him as a Sun Valley Fox, and you guys all recognize this picture. Can anybody tell me what this picture is? I'm gonna look in Facebook Blues. Anybody know Jennifer Hollowell? You know who this is? Anybody? Chad Hoffman, Johnny O, everybody checking in tonight. Tell me what this picture is. Shiloh. Anybody? Dale Wine over here. Everybody's chiming in Facebook Blue. Can you guys tell me what this is? Diablito, what's this picture of? It's a very famous picture. It's a worldwide famous picture, but hugely famous in American history. Really? Nobody's chiming in on Facebook Blue. Nobody's got a goddamn clue. You guys don't know what this is? Do I have to go over to... I got to go over to YouTube to get some answers. Is that what it is right here? Let's see. Anybody saying something? I remember when Briggs was at the stadium and cardboard cutout. Dude is right. Dude is right on that. Anybody? What do you got in here? Golden Spike. Jason Williams? Yeah, but it's not D-Day rocket. Some dude wrote D-Day. Okay, we got Golden Spike. We got railroads. You guys are really getting close. You're just beating around the fucking bush. This is unbelievable. Another one over on the Civil War, says Shiloh. Okay, this is why you need taking away your moderator badge. Where the railroads were completed. You guys are getting there, not Sitting Bull. While both oh, Jesus. Unbelievable. This is what they teach you guys in history. You don't even know the name of the town, do you? It's called something Point. It is a point. And yes, the Transcontinental Railroad connected from east to west. This was the place. This was the deal. You guys saw it in the movie Wild Wild West with Will Smith. Did you drive the Golden Spike? Only in real life, the big spider didn't attack. God, I'm trying to make a point here, and you guys are Little Bighorn. No, it's not San Francisco. What? You think that they connected two trains intercontinental? This is Dale Wine over on Facebook Blue. The intellect level on Facebook Blue. Now, Dale, listen to me. I just told you that transcontinental railroad, okay? 2 trains, one from the east, one from the west, connected here. Golden Spike went in. Yay! We now have a railroad that goes across the country. And your answer is San Francisco. So the guys who were building from the east, they went 2,970 miles. They went across the plains. They went across the Rockies. 2,970 miles. And then the guys on the West Coast started in San Francisco, built 30 miles, never even left San Francisco. Picture was taken in San Francisco, both sides yelling, "Look, we did it," even though one came. Why would this picture be in San Francisco? What? Oh, I hate to say you guys are throwing off my game, but Jesus Christ. And that wasn't even the point of the whole thing. The whole point of this was to show you how our family history, the Sun Valley Fox, was there. Sun Valley Fox was there at that moment. He was there when he wasn't in San Francisco. You guys still didn't tell me. Promontory Point. Look at that. Somebody finally got it. Oh, thank God. Promontory Point. Yeah. Anyway, so my wife was in Los Angeles at the Coliseum in the '84 Olympics. Her older brother, much older brother apparently, was at Promontory Point. With the railroads connecting, Golden Spike, the whole thing. You guys make this like pulling teeth. You make these stories long, too drawn. San Francisco. Yeah, that picture was made in San Francisco. Thank God everyone was there. There was another one in here, a little historical note. This one, it was on the Google feed, and it said, this woman, this fancy woman from the 1800s, showing off her bar skills. Yeah, balancing cups on her boobs. I got you. 2 things came to mind. One, I've already seen Cali Cat. You guys know Cali Cat. I've seen her do that so many times I can't count. Thing was upsetting was Cali Cat tried to tell me she invented it. Okay. Now I see a picture from like 1861. Did Cali Cat really invent this? I don't think so. I don't think so. She was in Vegas. She was doing it all around Vegas. You guys came to the Vegas show, the live in-person meet and greet in January. You saw her all around doing the very thing. Need a beer? Need a beer? Need a beer. Everybody mysteriously wanted more beers, and I don't even drink beers. I ordered 3. I'm just saying. I was very disturbed to see this picture. Kind of a little heartbroken because she lied to us. She lied to all of us. But whatever. What do I know? Okay. So let's get on with the show. Now, I got to find where my stuff is here because I've lowered my stuff, and here's your timer. Let's see. We got the timer and topics display. Okay. Now, we're about 6:30, so we got time to do a few of these. I thought I would give you guys the opportunity. I got to click over to the sheets. Let me clear the sheets in case there's something I missed. I already did Diablito Escamilla. He already said handsome general, so someone should have erased that already. Rick Kritzer, gosh, written so small. Facebook Blue, well, after Camelot ended, knights served more than one king. Oh, now Rick has an explanation why Lancelot was hanging out at the Polish ice cream shop. Well done, Rick. Chad Hoffman, Facebook Blue. Only kings or queens can knight, not generals. So Mama X you can't. Well, bursted my bubble there, Chad. Thanks a lot, buddy. I'm not mad at you or anything, but Jennifer Howell, Facebook Blue. Hope Gen X Mom feels better soon. She is missed. Yeah, she came out of her cave a little bit today. Kind of walked around the house like a zombie. We'll see how that went like there. All right, Ace Jumpfin. I am shoeless, and it's Lancelot Link's tomb. And it's Lancelot Link's tomb. I don't know what his last name was. I saw First Night with Richard Gere. No one said what his last name was. How am I supposed to know? You think I sat around and read the credits? Christine Dvorak, member for 27 months, Bottom of the Glass Nation. Good evening, handsome general and mom and Bottom of the Glass Nation. Christine Dvorak hasn't been around a bunch, or she'd know Gen X Mom isn't here and hasn't been here. Again, alien abduction. You paying attention, Christina? All right. Mike D, 1967, member for 39 months, got his big green 3, and God, can you believe he's closing? He's going to be pushing that. We got to find a number 4. I don't know what I'm going to do for number 4. All right. Olivia's channel 548. Charles Clark. There's a huge name. Olivia's channel 548 Charles Clark on YouTube. God, you couldn't just pick a name like Olivia or Olivia 548. You got to that's a mouthful. And I don't even know who I'm talking to. This is Olivia. This is Charles, because I have an entirely different demeanor when I'm speaking to a woman. I will have you know. Well, folk, don't come around as much as I used to tonight. Get all your bottles and left. Well, folks, don't come around as much. Had to come by tonight. I'm going to say this is Charles. The punctuation is lacking. Had to come by tonight. Y'all get your bottles and let's toast one to being 42 and my wife 40, being in love 26 years. Well, that is a long time. That is a huge long time. Mary Mathis, thank you, General and Disney Kid. I guess she got her blue wrench. $10. Thank you very much. Oh, I guess, Chad, I was able to knight her. She turned blue wrench. Oops. Now what do you got to say, Chad? Yeah, how about that? Yeah, jump over into YouTube, motherfucker. Let's put you in the woodshed. We'll put you in a goddamn timeout right now. Right now, buddy. All right, so the sheets are cleared for the moment. Now, we're going to play a game for the second half of the show. We've never done this before. Most of you are drinking, so you're not going to be able to follow the rules. You guys have seen Whose Line Is It Anyway, where they toss out a topic or a thing, and they have to go out there and say a sentence. It can be very hard to do. Come up with something on the fly related to what the audience has yelled out. Now, a game that we sometimes play with staff is before we begin a live stream. Not all the time, but sometimes they will give me a phrase. Each staff member will give me a phrase that I have to try to work into the episode. You guys don't know about this. This is completely an internal game. But if Disney Kid says you got to say aluminum siding, I have to work the words in aluminum siding during the show. And I can't. The way to cheat is to go, has anybody ever just heard the word aluminum siding? Has anyone ever heard the word aluminum siding? Just shout. That's cheating. You have to be able to use the word in context. Any of you who've seen the movie Leap of Faith with Steve Martin, it's that setting. Okay. So one that we haven't done before is to test me to see if I can ramble on a topic that I don't know anything about, maybe, that I know very little about. Like if you said Singer sewing machines, I'd have to try to make up a conversation about Singer sewing machines. Now, 3 minutes is a long time to talk about something you don't know anything about. Okay? Without going, you got to try to do it without stuttering. You're gonna fumble it up a little bit. I will. But here's the deal. You guys on each platform are going to think of a topic of some sort. You can say, green toasters. And I have to talk for 3 minutes about green toasters. If you guys now, what'll happen is you brainiacs out there, you guys are going to come up with a topic that I don't even know the word. You'll come up with something that I don't even understand. If I can't even pronounce the word, I'm not going to try it because I can't pronounce the word. But if you said biomechanical engineering, I can pronounce biomechanical engineering. I don't know anything about biomechanical engineering, but I'm going to make up a story as if I do. So the way I win. And you have to vote on each platform. When I'm done, each platform, people on Rumble, you're going to give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. It can be complete bullshit. That's not the point. He didn't know what biomechanical engineering was. What he said was nothing even close to what it was. No shit. You guys are clearly going to come up with topics that I don't know anything about. That may not trip me up. What you have to come up with is something that I can't even make up and invent a conversation about. Can I go 3 minutes talking about something I know nothing about and make it sound interesting, make it sound convincing, make it sound like I do know what I'm talking about? That's how you judge me at the end. It's like, holy shit, that was pretty good. I believed him. He's full of shit. But that was good. If I stumble around and I can't do it, then you're going to win a prize. Then you win something big from the Gen X Talk store if I can't. Now, I don't know what you guys are going to say. I have no idea, but I did put it out here where we can write down the topic so you guys can see. I'll have to clear that out. But in the sheets right now, you guys can moderators can take down whatever you guys are thinking. Give me a couple choices. Laura K, member for 41 months. Legion of X. Please tell Gen X Mom thanks for the awesome prize package. You're welcome, Laura K. See, when you guys win prizes, they really do go out. We're not just joking around with you. Okay, so everybody, moderators on each platform, YouTube and Facebook Blue, and Rumble and X, you guys can just write in, just pick two. If the guys are throwing you out suggestions, pick two that are really good, really tough, really interesting. Let me go through them here. I'll see what I can do. I'll see if I can figure out something to say. We'll start a timer, and I will write in here what the topic is. Let's see. Let you guys write those in here. Don't take forever. Just give me something. And remember who wrote them. Remember whose suggestions they were, because if they stump me, if I accept the challenge and they stump me, they get a prize. I don't know what that is, Taz. I'm not sure. Is that a person's name? That won't get me anywhere. Okay, so there's another one coming in from YouTube is Foundation Quarter Horse Pedigrees. God, that'd be tough because I don't know any of the names of them. If I knew the names, I might try it. I don't know anything about that, but look, another one's coming through from Rumble. Hatchling Day. That might be. Guys, there's really no suggestions. Are you guys all just talking to each other? That's all. You guys are just talking to each other in the comment section. There's no. I've literally got 3 suggestions, and I don't even know what one of them is from Taz. I'm not even sure. That's just a name. That's like saying, okay, just make up something about this person's name. There's just either you guys are extremely boring, staff extremely sucks, or you guys are busy doing something else. I can't. You guys just put up someone's name. Maria DB. Is that someone famous that I'm supposed to know, or is I just make up some girl's name and you guys have to believe I know who Maria is? And now you're expanding it. Now I'm supposed to know what that is. I still get it. I tell you. All right. I think the most interesting one that I'm going to go with here is. Kristen Hartman dropped in over on YouTube. Foundation Quarter Horse Pedigrees. As it turns out, I am an expert on that. So let's try to do that. Let's do. Oops, spelled it wrong. Hang on. Horse. Hard to do this where I'm at. All right, let me see if that looks right. I don't know if I spelled it right. Like you saw me leaning over. I'm having a hard time reaching the keys on that. All right, this is the topic. We got to see if I can go 3 minutes on quarter horse pedigrees. Luckily for you guys, I am an expert on this topic. I do know a lot about it, and I'd be happy to share my knowledge with you. So the topic, foundation quarter horse pedigrees. You can kind of lose the word foundation. That's only for rich people at snotty parties where they say it the way they say it when they're drinking their drinks, pinky out. But everybody with common sense, everybody just below the guys serving the drinks, the guys taking care of the horses, we all know you can drop the quarter horse pedigrees. That goes back far, way past the history of the Kentucky Derby. If you guys really look at the research in the history of quarter horse pedigrees, it spreads out way beyond what you guys even know. You guys think right now is those big fancy dresses and women with umbrellas. You think of the Kentucky Derby all the way back into the 20s and the men in their pinstripe suits, looking around, the prohibition of it all. And the quarter horse pedigree, and you guys know what the word pedigree means. Pedigree, if I had to dumb that down, pedigree is a caliber. There's pedigrees of people. There's pedigrees of dogs and cats. It is a caliber in. It's not really the style, and it's not really the breed. I guess the breed would be the caliber of the different breeds is the best way to describe that. But in the old days, I was taught. The only thing you look for is open up a horse's mouth and see if they're a little long in the tooth. All right, that's the basics of it. But there's so much more. Do you know that in today, now this is going a long way, but today in modern science, they can scan the outside of a horse and they can tell the level and degree of pedigree from a scan 3 feet away, as long as the horse holds still. I mean, you got to feed it and make sure it's not chomping its gut up and down and moving its hooves. If you could get it to hold still, there is a machine that will isolate everything you need to know. How did they do that back 100 years ago, 150 years ago, 200 years ago? How would you accurately determine the level of pedigree of a quarter horse. Did you know that there was guys, just like a jeweler would sit out there with one of those little monocles and a pair of tweezers, and they would pluck hairs off the balls of horses? It's true. And putting that under a microscope, back in the day, you had to have a team of scientists. You didn't have AI with the iRobot guys out there, Sonny out there scanning horses from 3 feet away. No. You had to do this the old Irish way. They would sit there with those deals and pluck the right hair off the ball of a horse, take it to a microscope, hand it off to a scientist who could then zoom in times 10,000. Couldn't take pictures back then. Can't take a picture and enlarge it and go, here's your pedigree. Think about the level of teamwork that needed to be here. You had to have a guy plucking the pubic hair, put it in front of a scientist who zoomed in. Then you had to have an artist look down there and draw that out and then present it to a horse guy who could look and go, well, I can tell you everything you need to know about the pedigree of this particular quarter horse. Now, that's a true story. Or true, it's a story. All right. Do you get how the game is played now? Do you see? You guys are giving me the stupidest things up here, and that you can't condense something and assume I can. Never mind. All right. So on the platforms, I need the moderators to chime in. Thumbs up or thumbs down on X, on YouTube, on Rumble, on Facebook Blue and Personal. Was that good or was that bad? If I sucked at it, just tell me. I'm waiting for the votes to come in. I got here. You guys asked me to talk 3 minutes on topics on this. This is a thing that Gen X Mom's been pushing for years for me to try to do. She's not here, so I figured, well, we'll fill in with this one and see. All right. I don't need the exact vote count. You don't need to go, well, there's 16 up and 24 down. There's 300 up and 400 down. Just give me if I got it. Was it generally thumbs up on YouTube? Generally thumbs down on Facebook? That's all we're looking for. I don't need numbers. I'm just looking for an idea on if I thumbs down on YouTube. Wow. You guys are harsh. Tough crowd. I thought that was a very interesting story on YouTube. But if you guys were disenchanted, then now it says thumbs up. You said thumbs down. Who the fuck is writing this over there? Chris Yerger. God damn it. He writes votes on, and we're on YouTube. He writes thumbs down. So, all right, so I've said thumbs down. Now he changes it to thumbs up. Anybody else want to chime in 3 or 4 times? Rumble, anybody? How we doing over there? Ace Jumpman, I've been to several Preakness infield parties. Does that count? I'll see my way to the woodshed. Yeah. Ace Jumpman, Shoeless One, get the fuck out of here. All right, I'm waiting for the votes. Rumble says thumbs down. That's only because all of the people on Rumble, half of them are Dr. Shadowlight, and he's kind of an ass. Dr. Shadowlight and his banana sauce you, and you know the arch enemies of us over here at Gen X Talks and the General and a bunch of extras, and he has like 700 fake accounts. So even if you have 1,400 people over there, Dr. Shadowlight is 700 of them. So of course you're going to vote it down. All right, so let's see. Facebook Blue, Facebook has checked in. Shiloh says yay. I don't know if that's for both Facebook pages or just one. Just says FB, which is Facebook. We're sure taking a long time to count votes. All right, I'll move on. Let's see if there's any other suggestions. Try to pick something I have no idea about. Nothing. I don't know anything about it. Baby in the corner. No, that's it. See, Chris Moore wrote "baby in the corner" jokes. Well, I don't think I could make up jokes for 3 minutes. That'd be tough for Dennis Miller, and he's like the king of that stuff. I can make it Cali Cats. I might be able to do yours, but again, we can erase Kristen Hartman's one. She's already past that. See, and there's one in here called in Facebook Blue, triskaidekaphobia. I don't even know what I can say it. I think I said it right, but if I don't even have an idea what we're talking about, I guess I could make up something on that. I'll tell you what, we'll try one more because I'm just going to look in here one more time. I'm also going to look in Facebook. Is there any suggestions going by that I'm missing? Let's see. Looking here, Jennifer Howland gave me thumbs up. James Morgan said, "Now, of course he did, because I was looking cooler than his wife at this time, so James Morgan has to downplay me because his chick thought I was cool." You know that's how that went. Why do some women have one boob bigger than the other? Yeah, that would get us banned off the site. Like in 5 seconds, we'd be done. Oh, man. All right. So Chad Hoffman's got one in there. Thumbs down from Justin Woods. Thumbs down from Johnny. Those were brilliant. Could you guys have talked for 3 minutes about that kind of stuff? All right. Whatever. All right. So let's see. Let's go over to, we'll go over to YouTube and see if anybody's throwing anything out there. Anybody else? Sweets doesn't say much in there. Looking for just days, trying to find just regular stuff, man. You guys do not get how this game is played at all. You guys could talk about orange bowling balls. You don't have to make it so complicated you can't do it, but orange bowling balls would be key. Facebook is the hood. It sometimes seems that way, doesn't it, with the suggestions they come up with? I'm trying to find something. Guess what we're never doing again on this show because we can't get an easy one to go. All right, I will look back in the sheets again and see if there's something in there worth talking about. The benefits of breast reduction. I don't know. It's not you guys. You guys are hitting this kind of sideways on me. I really thought that you guys would say, tell me everything you can. Like I said, tell me who invented green toasters and why they're invented. That's funny and silly, and I got to go 3 minutes on green toasters. There's no such thing as just green toasters. Orange bowling balls. You could talk about, why does tell me about a story about how there's an escape hatch on the International Space Station, and I got to tell you why there's one there. I mean, these things are just really, I guess it's a different type of person that I'm used to playing these type of games with. Even the Foundation of Quarter Horse Races was a little bit literal, a little bit odd. I guess that's the thing is you guys are being very literal about this stuff. There's way more fun when you do these things when someone walks up and goes, tell me how a screen door really would work on a submarine. And I have to come up with a plausible story on why you'd even have a screen door on a submarine. Did Microsoft program all of the first version of Windows? Wow. You guys are just not in the same brain function area as me. I know my IQ is about 50. I get it. And maybe that's why I'm thinking of the things the way I'm thinking of them. I would have told, if someone would have done this to me, I would have said, why did early baby carriages have 27 wheels on them? I want to know. Tell me why early baby carriages in the 1800s, why did they have 27 wheels? And I got to talk for 3 minutes on why 27 wheels were necessary. Something funny and silly and obscure and random, or colors was an easy one to do too. And that like that, or to, make up the name of a soft drink and tell me why it's better than Coke. I have to make up the name of a soft drink. Then I have to describe, I'd come up with some sort of an ad campaign and why it tastes better than Coke, and I downplay Coke. I mean, you guys are missing the whole thing on this, but different crowd. I don't know. Maybe we just needed to do this on a Friday night when everyone's drinking out at the bar and they make it at midnight. I should have come on at midnight and done this type of programming. That was it. I didn't have anything else to share with you guys. I showed you all the stuff. I really thought we'd be on this topic. I thought we'd go on this thing way past 7 o'clock, but either I didn't explain it right or you guys just didn't get it. But this fell flat. I'll tell you, not as much. Let's not do this again. Even though this can be one of the funniest things that I've ever done. We've done these live and in person. We've done these in roundtables where we're at a party drinking and someone stands up and they're drunk and you got to they yell something out and then you got to just go. Like, whose line is it anyway? No one got out there on Whose Line Is It Anyway with Drew Carey, and someone said, all right, you have 30 seconds. Did Microsoft program all of the Windows 95 edition? Was the first 3.1 Windows? Go. And then you have all these guys come out here and do a comedy bit on that? The fuck are you talking about? I mean, you just not, I don't know. You could have come up with something, things that your doctor can say that you'd never say to your partner. And I got to go 3 minutes on phrases that a doctor might say that you never use to your partner. I don't know what all these things are. I don't know. It seems odd. We're definitely not on the same. There would have been a good one. Kevin Grimes, that was a good one. 3 minutes on the origins of strawberry milk. That might have been good. I've been to several Preakness. We talked about Ace Jumpman. That one should have been erased. No computers. Love your material. $10. Thank you very much. That's the highlight of the night so far. A Daily Llama piloting a submersible at Challenger Deep. Yeah, that would have been a fun one to do too. piloting a submersible at Challenger Deep, I could have told you what it was like because I was actually there. But I got to tell you, I'm a little disheartened at this point and I don't know if it's either the moderators did not do their job. They're certainly not doing their job erasing stuff on time. We know that. But either they didn't get all the good ones in, and you guys are going to write me emails going, man, here was my suggestion, but nobody said anything. Or I didn't connect with you guys in the right way. Either way, I'm going to cut this live stream short. We'll try again. Hopefully, Gen X Mom will be back next time, so I don't have to fall flat. This was a total experiment that I thought had a shot at going all the way. Clearly, I miscommunicated to you guys, or you guys didn't get what I was picking up. Or I know what one person has texted my phone saying all of the people in the comment section are just talking to each other. So they're not even paying attention to what I'm saying. Well, then we need a whole new group of people. Let's try a different time slot. Let's go on at 10 o'clock at night and see who we get there. Listen, I'm going to get out of here a little bit earlier. It's only 10 minutes early, and sometimes I start early. I'm just not staying late tonight. I'm going to go tonight. Thank you guys for listening in. Thank you guys for trying to participate. We'll catch you guys in the flip side.